From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is News on the Hour.
In the headlines this afternoon, bandit attacks Kwara police stations, Emir Palace, abduct 10. Kawu calls for unity after winning Kwara PDP governorship's primary. Nigeria intensifies Ebola surveillance amid Uganda, DR Congo outbreaks. Military assures Eda's security in northeast. Moving on to the foreign scene, Singapore economy surpasses forecast despite Iran war concerns. Moving on to the world of sport, 2 more players joined the Super Eagles camp ahead of Zimbabwe clash. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us for the news on the hour. Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am Precious Afolabi D. We'll bring you details of the news after this short break, please. We'll be right back.
We often think that mental health breakdowns sound like this.
I'm emotionally stressed. I'm emotionally downcast. I am so confused of all about life.
But in reality, they can sound like this. Don't make assumptions that people are okay just because they laugh and they smile. Everyone is going through something. Check on your friends and be kind to everyone else.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Good to know you're there and the news in detail. The Kwara State Police Command has confirmed an early morning attack by the suspected bandit on the Yakishira Police Divisional's headquarters and the palace of the Emir of Yakishira in Kayama. And according to the police spokesperson, Adeton Adejare Adeyemi, the attackers struck around 2 a.m., setting parts of the Emir's palace ablaze and abducting 10 residents during the coordinated raid. She added that the operatives on the duty repulsed the attack on the divisional's headquarters, while Commissioner of Police Ojo Adekimi has ordered a full-scale operations involving security agencies, forest guards, and vigilantes to rescue the victims and track down the attackers. The governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Kwara State, Engineer Suleiman Bolakale Kawu, has called on the party's members to unite and work together ahead of the 2027 governorship elections in the state. Kawu made the appeal during the acceptance speech after the official declarations of the People's Democratic Party gubernatorial primary result held at the party's secretariat in Ilorin on Sunday. The chairman of the primary electoral committee, Senator Duro Fasheyi Samuel, declares the Kawu's winner of the primary elections after pulling 98,998 votes to defeat the viral Ladiazan, who secured 2,125 votes.
Together by the mercy and power of Almighty Allah, which have been informative for challenge the ruling party at the polls and return Kwara to the hand of responsible and passionate and people-focused.
declared that having satisfied all the necessary requirements and having emerged with the highest voters cast during the exercise, I hereby declare Engineer Suleiman Bukola Kalu as the winner of the governorship election in Kwara State, PDP.
Speaking after the announcement, Kawu describes the victory as one for all party members and Kwarans, saying it marks a new beginning in the effort to reclaim power from the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. The PDP candidate thanks party loyalties and supporters across the state for their support and sacrifices, pledging to serve the people with dedication and humility. Moving away from the politics, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention (NCDC) has intensified nationwide surveillance and emergency preparedness measures against Ebola virus disease following the growing outbreak in Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. In a public health advisory issued on Sunday, the Director General of the NCDC, Jide Idris, said Nigeria has not recorded any confirmed case linked to the regional outbreak, but warns that the risk of importance remains high due to international travels and populations movement across affected East African countries. The agency added that its latest risk assessment identified border communities, major transport hubs, and international points of entry, an high-risk area requiring enhanced monitoring, stressing that the health authorities across the country have been placed on alert to strengthen detection and response efforts. Moving on, the Bauchi State Chapter of African Democratic Congress has endorsed former Vice President Atiku Abubakar for 2027 presidential elections. The endorsement was made during a stakeholders meeting held in Bauchi State on Sunday, where party leaders described Atiku as a seasoned politician capable of addressing Nigeria's economy and security challenges. Speaking at the gathering, Bauchi ADC Chairman Shuaibu Dankama said the decisions followed wide consultations among stakeholders, urging members to remain united and focused ahead of 2027 general election. A former governor of Bayelsa State, Sirike Dixon, is set to inaugurate 21 members selections committees of the Nigerian Democratic Congress on Monday in Abuja. The inaugurations is part of the preparations for the general elections and ongoing internal process aimed in streamlining candidate selections for governorship, National Assembly, and State House of Assembly contest following the completions of the screening exercise for aspirants. According to a statement by the party's National Publicity Secretary, OSA Director, the committee was established to deepen internal democracy and will review screening outcomes to strengthen the party's candidate selections process nationwide. The headquarters Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Adinkai has assured residents of adequate security ahead of the Eid al-Kabir celebrations scheduled for Wednesday, May 28, 2026. In a statement issued on Monday by the Media Information Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Sani Uba, that command the comprehensive security measures had been activated across the theater of operations to ensure peaceful festivities despite threat for remnants of Boko Haram and Islamic State West African province. The military also extended Eid felicitations to the Muslim faithful and in the religion, wishing residents of peaceful, safe, and joyful celebrations across Northeast. Operatives of the Zone 2 Command of the Nigerian Police Force has dismantled a major drugs trafficking network in Lagos, recovering illicit substances valued at about 7.8 billion naira and arresting several suspects, including the alleged ringleader A.K. Henry Ifeanyi. The operations conducted by the Special Protections Unit in collaborations with the Divisional Detective following weeks of surveillance and intelligence gathering coordinated from Zone 2 headquarters. As a raid took place at an apartment in estate in Mende, Maryland, where officers reportedly uncovered hundreds of bags of suspected Canadian loud. The news is reaching you from Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. We're going to break now. When we return, Singapore economy surpasses forecast despite Iran war concern. Please, we'll be right back.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Glad to know you're there. You're still listening to the news on the hour, reaching you from Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Now we move to the foreign scene. Singapore recorded stronger than expected economic growth in the fourth quarter of the year, driven largely by rising global demand for artificial intelligence AI chips, despite concerns over the impact of the US-Israel conflict involving Iran. The Ministry of Trade and Industry announced on Monday that the country's gross domestic product expanded by 6% year in and year out the first 3 months of the year, surpassing the official advance estimated of 4.6%. On the seasonally adjusted basis, the economy also grew by 1% compared to the previous quarter. Still on the foreign scene, Benin re-elected President Reynold Wandagne officially assumes office on Sunday, pledging to prioritize stability, security, and stronger regional cooperations amid growing tensions across the West Africa. The inaugurations in Cotonou draw regional attentions following its attendance of the Nigerian Prime Minister Ali Mahamani Lamin Zaini, who was widely sensed in possible signs of the renewed dialogue between Benin and the junta-led alliance of Sahel State after months of strained relations. This ceremony came at the sensitive period for the region as security challenges, economic pressures, and political divisions triggered by recent military coups in the Sahel, which continues to reshape diplomatic ties and regional alliances. Now moving on to the water sport. On the water sport today, the additional players has arrived at the Super Eagles camp in London ahead of their Unity Cup semi-final against the Zimbabwe national football team, bringing the numbers of players in camp to 19. The latest arrival is centre-back Igbogu, attacking midfielder Al-Azan Yusuf, joining earlier additions including Chibuke Inwewu, Francis Ozo, and Rafiu Durosimi after the camp opened with 14 players. Coach Eric Chill and his squad will continue preparation with another training sessions at Cray Valley FC in London as they step up readiness for the encounter. Lastly, for the last lap of the sport and news today, the Nigerian Cricket Federation (NCF) has named Zimbabwean coach Stephen Mangogo as the new head coach of the Yellow Green as well as the Federation's high-performance manager. His appointment, confirmed on Sunday, comes ahead of the official unveiling scheduled for Wednesday, May 27th at the TBS Cricket Bowl. Mangogo replaces Kanye coach Steve Atikolo, who led the team from October 2022 to January 2026 and take over as Nigeria prepares for the ICC 2028 T20 World Cup qualifiers later this year. And with that, we have come to the end of the news on the hour. But before we go, here is the recap of the major highlights. Bandits attack Kwara police station's Emir Palace, abduct 10. Kawu calls for unity after winning Kwara PDP governorship's primary. Nigeria intensifies Ebola surveillance amid Uganda DR Congo outbreak. Military assures ES security in Northeast. Moving on to the foreign scene, you also heard that Singapore economic surpasses forecast despite Iran war concerns. And from the water sport, you heard 2 more players join Super Eagles camp ahead Zimbabwe clash. Do you know segment today? Do you know on this day in 2021, the Central Bank of Nigeria devalued the Naira by 7.6%, officially adopting the NAFEX investors and exporters rate of 410.25 per dollar to unify the country's exchange rate. If you don't know, now you know. For coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM Newsroom on this number 0916 062 7526. Join us for 3 and for the news flash and 5 for the comprehensive bulletin by 5 p.m. The news on the hour was edited by Adeyemi Adewale, and I am Precious Afolabi D. Many thanks for listening to Shining Supreme Stations. Please do note that the Yoruba version of the news will be coming in a bit.